You pull that up. Pull this up. We should be good. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast here on KM Activities Channel 2 as the Kasson Comets hosting the Stewartville Tigers in a rated matchup in between two teams that are the top of the HVL coming in here tonight. Tuesday, February 9th. Our tip-off will not be at 7:15, that's for sure. We're a little behind schedule. JV game was very good. So was the ninth grade game prior to that. Comets got the win in the JV. I ended up missing the end of the freshman game. And number 8 in 2A, Stewartville Tigers, sitting at 6-0. They're 6-0 in the Hiawatha Valley. Only had conference opponents so far, and head coach is Ryan Lafrig. And on the other side, the number 9 in 3A, 7-0, Kasson Mantorville Comets. Head coach is Ryan Haroldson. They're in the Hiawatha Valley as well. The Stewartville Tigers come off an impressive 23-point win over Lourdes and a grind-out performance, 62-55 versus Byron. Coach Lafrig said balanced offense, gritty defense, and rebounding were the keys to snatching victories. Each member of the Tigers roster plays a role, and when they are stars, it usually means good things, such as the Lourdes game. Sophomore Haley Strum was the star that night. 23 points using every tool in her arsenal against the Eagles. Coach Lafrig said Strum is a gym rat, developing strength, height, and more explosion from a season ago. Strum will be put to the test on defense regardless if she's facing Ashlyn Bigelow or Abby Schubert. In big games such as this, you have to look at the role players off the bench. Stewartville features a dynamic athlete in Haley Lewis. If that name sounds familiar, she's one of the top goal scorers for the Tigers in the fall in soccer. The senior guard plays fast, lockdown defense, and brings energy, while junior Lauren Buckmeyer and freshman Savannah Hadeen provide bench scoring. Not to mention senior guard Maya Peterson, who is in the top 3 of nearly every statistical category for the Tigers. Coach Lafrig said the strengths of his club are getting along well, playing loose, and never scared or feel like they are out of a game. It's going to take a lot for either team to really get rattled tonight. My question of the night for the Stewartville Tigers: will the Tigers turn up the pace and press the Comets? Stewie put on a full-court press on Lourdes the other night, and actually to really, really good results. Again, they won that game by 23 points against Lourdes, 65-32. It was a fairly close matchup at halftime, too. So the Tigers ran away with it in a fellow Class 2A team, as actually Lourdes was ranked higher than Stewartville coming into this week. Lourdes at 7, Stewartville at 8, Kasson Mantorville 9th in Class 3A, Lourdes and Stewartville in 2A. So I'm sure you want to hear about the Kasson Mantorville Comets. We wind down with the Stewartville Tigers, mentioning Strum averaging 18 points per game. Then you got Keely Steele with 15, Peterson at 11, Brayna and Jolie Stecker, they average between like 6 and 9. Peterson, as I said, statistically one of the best assist players for the girls for Stewartville at 5 on average. Jolie Stecker averaging 13 rebounds per game, and Peterson also averages about 5 steals. So we're going to get to the Kasson Mantorville Comets in just a moment as the Comets left the floor. We'll come right back after 60 seconds and get you ready with the Kasson Mantorville Comets and the Stewartville Tigers. We'll talk about the home team in just a second here on KM Activities.
This sports broadcast on the KM Activities YouTube channel is sponsored in part by Bigelow Homes, delivering customers' homes with innovative and affordable design built around the way you live and personalized to your specific needs. If you're wanting the home of your dreams, start by visiting bigelowhomes.net. KM Telecom bundle cable, telephone, and internet together to make your home the complete entertainment package. Find out more at kmtel.com. The Kasson Mantorville School District, the winter season is in full swing, and scheduling changes can come quickly, which is why you should be following KM Activities on Twitter. We thank our other great sponsors as well: Home Federal Savings Bank, McKern Financial Group, and HockeyFinder.com. This sports broadcast on the KM Activities YouTube channel is sponsored in part by McKern Financial Group, tax season is upon us, and McKern...
Well, I thought I paused it. All right, we're back. I tried it. Sorry about that. Had the other ad going. It's trying to shut it off. When we come back and we talk about the number 9, 7-0, Kasson Mantorville Comets are 7-0 overall after a great come-from-behind win over Lake Crystal Welcome Memorial over the weekend. Prior to that, they had played only Hiawatha Valley Conference opponents. And the Comets really passed their third true test of the season over the weekend. The girls walloped Pine Island Friday and then traveled to undefeated Lake Crystal. KM trailed at the half 33-27, and the Knights extended it to 11 at the 14:35 mark in the second half. The next 7 minutes and 5 seconds, the Comets went on a 13-0 run to lead. From that point, the teams traded buckets, leads, and ties. Unfortunately, an injury to Lakeisha Carter for Lake Crystal was when Lake Crystal was actually up 53-49. I don't know if that stunned Lake Crystal a little bit, as I know that Carter is one of their best players. She was actually having a very good game against Kasson Mantorville as well. Avery Irish sank a free throw jumper to break the 55 tie, and one Ashlyn Bigelow free throw was enough to leave with the win. Coach Haraldson said the staff made adjustments to slow the pace, get Maya Seuss touches, and it worked. As they also shot the ball extremely well. The Comets shot 11 of 13 from two-pointers in that second half and 12 of 14 at the free throw line. That is some solid shooting. You can shoot that high. For percentage-wise, you're going to win a lot of games. And I went back and rewatched both Comet wins over the weekend. I want to highlight Ashlyn Bigelow because I feel she is key tonight. Ashlyn has a great first step, and I want to see more driving on the Tigers to hopefully get some of the Stewie bigs in foul trouble. Maya Seuss did get numerous touches Saturday, finishing with 18 points and 20 rebounds. She's going to be super important to stay on the court with all these Tiger bigs. The senior center has to stay on her feet, play straight up to avoid those cheap fouls. And KM girls are taking good care of the basketball. A 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, very, very good, because Coach Haraldson said Stewartville really takes advantage of converting turnovers to points. That's something of a key from Coach Haraldson tonight for this ball club for Kasson Mantorville. And then the Comets' defensive rebounding numbers. It's not a stat I take, but it'll be something that I'll be watching for throughout the first half, because I want to know if Stewartville is getting second, third, and even fourth chances on their offensive end. The Comets cannot afford to do that. They have got to get defensive rebounds, clear it up, and make sure to limit Stewartville on those second chance points. Abby Schubert is scoring 20 points per game. She's shooting 50% from the field, 43 beyond the arc, and 84% at the free throw line. And actually looking at some team stats, Kasson Mantorville 71 points per game, Stewartville 69.6, and a point differential. Stewartville is on average winning games by 23 points, Kasson Mantorville 30. This one has the making of a classic, and we're getting to cover it today on KM Activities. They're going to have the national anthem here just shortly. Two teams undefeated as Brock Trinan welcoming everyone to Home Federal Arena. national anthem over with. Let's talk about the keys tonight from both coaches, Coach Lafrig and Coach Haroldson, Coach Ryan and Coach Ryan. Tigers for Coach Lafrig only mentioned to me make effort plays. He feels like those extra loose balls and things like that are the most important thing for Stewartville tonight. Just make those effort plays. I call them hustle plays. And for the Kasson Comets, limit points off turnovers. If they give up the turnovers, they don't want to give Stewartville a ton of points off of those. Keep the Stewartville Tigers off the free throw line. That's something I don't know is the team's free throw percentage, but we'll keep an eye on that by halftime. Attack, don't settle is another one for the Comets, and then dominate the boards from Coach Haroldson. For the Stewartville Tigers and their starting lineup being introduced right now. Hot pink shoes for Maya Peterson. She'll lead us off. Senior 5'9" guard, number 15. Sophomore 5'6" guard, number 2. Haley Strum. A senior 6 foot forward, Raina Stecker. She wears number 21. Jolie Stecker's number 22. She's a senior and a 6 foot forward. And then wrapping it up is number 25, sophomore 5'6" guard, Keely Steele. Head coach is Ryan Lafrig. As I mentioned, he's in his 6th year. For Coach Haroldson, he may not want me to tell you how many years he's been the head coach for the Kasson Comets, but his starting lineup is senior 5'9" guard, number 1, Ashlyn Bigelow. Senior 5'7" guard, number 4, Olivia Matuska. Sophomore 5'8" guard, number 11, Abby Schubert. Avery Irish, number 25, a senior 5'11" forward. And at center, senior 6'2", number 32, Maya Seuss. Long time, as Brock mentions. Long time head coach. Coach Haroldson is in over 20 years with the Comets. This should be a great one. Both teams looking up at the top of the Hiawatha Valley. There's a lot of games going on throughout the state. In fact, on the girls' side, it's 115 games throughout the state of Minnesota. We're happy to be bringing you the most important one because you're watching it right here on KM Activities. Maya Seuss jumping up with Stecker. It'll go to Jolie. Setting things up is Steely, driving on the attack. Off the mark, too hard for her left-handed layup. Seuss with a rebound and cleared for Kasson. 12 seconds in, and the Comets have their first possession in their home blues with white lettering. Avery Irish in the corner. Come back to the top of the key. Matuska over to Bigelow, who's going to attack. She does. Left hand. They actually pass it off. An 8-footer for Abby Schubert instead is through the net and good, and a 2-0 lead for Kasson at 17-27 first half. Full court pressure by the Comets, but broken up by Stewartville, and they get it off to the high elbow for Stecker, who will stop and get it off to Peterson. Right wing 3 is too strong. That one for Steele. She's had 2 shot attempts so far. Long rebound came all the way on the sideline. Peterson couldn't save it for Stewartville, and it's out of bounds. Kasson basketball. They lead 2-0. We'll try to add to it on the early goings. We haven't even played a minute in the first half. Off to Ashlyn Bigelow. Nobody is guarding her. She goes all the way down. Left-handed shot is off the mark. Seuss with an offensive rebound. Turnaround jumper. Short rim and cleared by Stecker. That's Rihanna, pardon me. Driving all the way down is Peterson, who will score on a jump shot right in front of Seuss before attacking into the paint. So 2-2. Stewartville scores to tie. Kasson back at the basketball, and Bigelow almost got it poked away by Peterson. Ball didn't cross half court. Lafrig wanted it, but didn't get the call. Bigelow still dribbling all over the place with Peterson. Almost a 5-second call. Got it off to Matuska. Skip past to Avery Irish on the left wing. Now low block. And it got to Matuska. Too far underneath the hoop. Still trying to shoot it. Didn't go off of anything. Stewartville clears. They can break the tie at 2-2. Top the key. 3-pointer is short rim by Rihanna. Underneath, though, is Jolie Stecker, and she scores for an offensive rebound. Or no, pardon me, she did score, and she's fouled. Fouls on Maya Seuss. Keep an eye on fouls. First on the team for Kasson Stewartville at the free throw line with Stecker. That's Jolie. Got both of them out there on the court. Kind of like Steve Alvarado calling two girls that have the same name in hockey. And Ashlyn Bigelow, after the free throw was good for Jolie Stecker, making it 5-2. Stewartville put on a little pressure, and Bigelow had it roll off of her foot out of bounds, and a turnover for the Kasson Mantorville Comets. Stewartville setting up their half-court offense. Steele circling, coming back to the right wing. Too hard for Jolie Stecker. Offensive rebound on the long rebound comes out to Keely Steele. She'll line it up and drains it through the net for an 8-2 lead for Stewartville. 15:45 first half. Kasson Mantorville gets it to Schubert, who will break the press. Floats a pass high to the hands of Ashlyn Bigelow over on the right side. Trying to look on the low block for Seuss. Can't get it there. She's now trapped over on the baseline. Finally got it off to Seuss. Inside, left block for Matuska, and she's blocked out of bounds. Comets having a little problem with the pressure being brought on by Stewartville. Had it been tipped out of bounds. Stays with Kasson Mantorville. They trail 8-2. Abby Schubert lining up a three-pointer. Three! Mendes! Just off the side of the top of the key on the left side. 5-8. Stewartville leading and have the ball. They break the pressure. Strum out to Peterson. Going right back to the baseline. Diana off a couple of times of the rim on the left block. Scores. For Stewartville has a 10-5 lead, 14:53 to go, first half. Avery Irish crosses half court, and the Comets will set up their offense. Oh, backdoor cut. Abby Schubert wanted it. Avery Irish dribbling with her to the left, almost got it stolen away. Abby Schubert settles. Another three, same spot, no good. Had a step back that time, didn't quite line it up correctly. Run off the heel, and Stewartville clears. Leading 10-5, doubling up Kasson Mantorville. 14:23. Clock moves, first half. Strum with Schubert on her. Strum lost it on the way up. I think it was poked away by Irish, and Kasson Mantorville will come out with a steal. Corner to Schubert. Now to Seuss. Working the ball around Schubert. Top of the key. Had a screen to her left, didn't take. Came to Maya Seuss, who's inside the circle. Just off the top of the key. Ashlyn Bigelow. Over to Matuska. They go right block Seuss. She's fouled on the way up. Rihanna Stecker. That'll be the first foul on Stewartville. 13:50. Clock stops with Seuss going to the free throw line for the first time tonight for the Kasson Mantorville Comets. Maya shooting 61% at the free throw line. Couple of right-handed dribbles, lines it up and scores. Hit the front rim, but just glided in. 68% overall for the team for Kasson Mantorville. One substitution for the Stewartville Tigers, and they'll bring in Haley Lewis. She'll play for Maya Peterson. Only the one sub. 10-6. Second one off the right hand of Maya Seuss, clean through. It makes it 10-7, with Stewartville leading by 3. 13:45, clock moving, and Stewartville has the basketball. Screen up at the top for Steele, didn't free her up. Instead, she comes to Stecker. Jolie, who is guarded by Seuss, but is at the line inside the paint, the volleyball back line, so not risking that deep shot. Strum gets a screen, gets inside. Her 8-footer is short, and the long rebound tapped out twice comes to Schubert of Kasson Mantorville. Drives all the way in and scores! So Strum misses on one side for Stewartville. Kasson Mantorville collects that rebound basically on a fast break opportunity. And Abby Schubert puts it at a 10-9, trailing Kasson Mantorville. And Stewartville has possession. We have a foul before the shot. That foul comes on Olivia Matuska, her first. For Kasson Mantorville, that's their second, and Haley Lewis will inbound for the Tigers. And a corner three quickly by Savannah Hadeen, who just checked into the ball game, and she sank it, making it 13-9. Stewartville with Kasson Mantorville having the basketball. Clock under 13, inside to Seuss, kicks it out. Matuska, corner three, no good. Rolled off the backboard and the heel. Tried to go quickly to Stewartville. Ball is tipped. Comes back, though, and they got it. with Steele driving all the way in. Left-handed shot is no good, too strong. Offensive rebound, Rihanna Stecker once again, and she's fouled on the way up. I think that one's on Irish. It is. It's her first. Kasson Mantorville has 3 fouls. Stewartville with 1. And free throws coming with the clock is stopped at 12:33. First half, Stecker swishes through the first for Stewartville. Coach Haraldson for Kasson Mantorville did mention how good they are at free throw shooting. And so far, so good. 3 attempts. 2 attempts. A third one on the way off the right hand of Stecker. And it does go through. Rattled a couple of times on the rim, but it had already sunk through. 15-9. Stewartville leading Kasson Mantorville. 12:30. Clock moves. First half. Bigelow sets things up. Kasson Mantorville did have a substitution. Avery Irish out. Ellie Bigelow in, which means she'll be down on the low block. And now we've got Ashlyn and Ellie both out there for the Bigelows. Ashlyn looking in the right block to Seuss. And reaching from behind, Rihanna Stecker just got her second foul, and it was kind of a cheap one. Jolie Stecker will sub for her. Jolie doesn't have a foul yet. So Rihanna, who has a couple of points, she's got 4, will sit for Stewartville. Inbound comes directly to Schubert. Shot was blocked, came right back out. Her long shot, 3-pointer on the wing, was too strong, didn't hit anything, and Ellie Bigelow is called for a foul over the back. Didn't have the positioning. 4th foul on Kasson Mantorville. 2 for Stewartville Tigers. Just hit the 12-minute mark first half. 15-9. Stewartville has the basketball and leading. Trying to add to it. This is the largest lead of 6. Haley Lewis as the ball gets rotated around. Wing 3. Way off on the far end. Lewis is not really out there for much of a scorer. She just does everything else correctly. Maya Seuss lining up a 3-pointer. And Ellie Bigelow on the low block gets the rebound and puts home. She's almost automatic at the right block. Maya Seuss, not really her strength to shoot 3. She's shooting 16%. But Kasson Mantorville gets the 2 to make it 15-11. Stewartville setting up their offense. Going on the far side. And Hadeen, who hit one earlier, launches from the far wing. And that's 2 threes for her. 6 points. And puts Stewartville back up 18-11. Ashlyn Bigelow going all the way inside. Almost had it roll off of her hip. Did manage to get control and come out to Schubert. Schubert. Right elbow. Shot was partially blocked. Saved by Kasson Mantorville. And Ashlyn Bigelow too strong. Maya Seuss there for the recovery and the putback. 3 chances for Kasson Mantorville in that possession. They get a 2 out of it. And Stewartville wasting no time, going all the way down to Jolie Stecker. I guess I can just call her Stecker with Rihanna on the bench. And that will be a foul assessed to Ellie Bigelow, her second. Avery Irish at the scores table, no doubt coming in for her. Stecker, who had 3 points, make it a 4th as her right-handed free throw goes through. Matuska out. They leave Ellie Bigelow in. Matuska also sitting, and subbing in is Annika Larson. Stecker makes them both 20-13. Stewartville up 10 minutes and 30 seconds before intermission. Ashlyn looked like she was going to attack. Larson does. Oh, what a pretty pass. Right block, bounce pass to Ellie Bigelow. And she made one on the right side, now the left, and giving her 4 points and a 5-point deficit for Kasson Mantorville. Stewartville with the ball, 20-15. Left-handed push shot. Circling around for Hadeen. Apparently she can only make the 20-footers. The pressure, though, on Hadeen caused Larson to travel after the defensive rebound. Had the rebound off of the missed push. Right back in the interior. Stecker coming out. Steele running in, charges and floats one. And the Tony Parker-esque shot goes through for Steele, giving her 5 points, 22-15. Stewartville leading by 7. Math is hard. And Larson trapped at near half court, and a jump ball called. It's going to stay, well, I heard blue ball, so it will stay with the Kasson Comets. Maya Seuss, who had just subbed out shortly, gets a 30-second breather, and Ellie Bigelow with those 2 fouls have to come out. Larson's got to play strong with the basketball. Oh, that ball was tipped on the inbounds. Bigelow able to gather, gets it across half court. And Haley Lewis, or no, I'm sorry, Maya Peterson playing a little too aggressive way out. About 30 feet from the hoop is where she'll get called for a blocking foul. 3rd foul on Stewartville, 9:26, clock is stopped. 22-15 still. Kasson trailing. Larson throwing it off. And back inside, Abby Schubert, and she is blocked by Peterson. Referee's letting them play a little bit. It's been physical. Inbounding will be Bigelow on the far side, right by the right block. Bigelow out. Avery Irish, deep three-pointer. Long rebound off of, they'll say it's off of Hadeen. So it'll stay with Kasson. Comets only have 1 3-pointer made thus far. It's by Schubert. Ball comes past half court, so Schubert will go all the way to the back court to snag the inbound. Off to Larson over on the right wing. Looking inside, came back instead to Schubert in the corner. Takes a screen to her left. Step back, wanted to take the shot. Good defense by Strum. She forces a turnover as the ball's tipped. Outlet pass comes to Hadeen. Right side, and the left-handed layup by Peterson's too strong. But on the backside is Steele for the rebound, put back home. She's got 8. Coach Haraldson calling a timeout, 24-15. Kasson trailing by 9, 8:50 to go in the first half, and the Comets trail by 9 to the visiting Tigers. Both teams undefeated. We'll take a quick timeout, come right back here on KM Activities.
This sports broadcast on the KM Activities YouTube channel is sponsored in part by McKern Financial Group. Tax season is upon us, and McKern Financial can assist you with professional and personalized services and guidance. Visit McKernFinancial.com to set up an appointment today. HockeyFinder.com, where social hockey is made easy. HockeyFinder.com offers leagues, a free platform for pickup games, and is inclusive for all levels. Log on to HockeyFinder.com for more details. Home Federal Savings Bank, who are committed to providing great service and competitive products to individuals and businesses. Find all of Home Federal Savings Bank's options at justcallhome.com.
Kasson down for the boys game, 51-45. Dodge County girls are trailing 3-0. I think the boys were up the last time I looked, 2-0. Everybody out playing tonight aside from wrestling, as the Kasson Comets seem to be in a wrestling match with the Stewartville Tigers here at the Home Federal Arena. Comets trail 24-19 after the timeout, and a short entry pass from Larson does not get to Seuss. Instead, stolen away. Stewartville has forced a couple of turnovers. It's 24-15, and they have the basketball. Haley Strum, their all-star at 18 points per game, has yet to score. Only 1 shot attempt. And Peterson, after the turnover, gets caught 70 feet away from the hoop this time on a reach-in foul. That's her second. Does have 2 points. She's going to sit. Coming in is Ella Quam, a junior guard for Stewartville. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I didn't see anybody else coming in. Oh, that's right. Haley Lewis just checked back in too. Schubert won a step back corner three. Instead they get it off to Irish left block. And went up with the left hand too and scores. Her first two, Kasson Mantorville needed it, 24-17. Stewartville still leading by 7 and possession. High post and try to get it into the cutting Steele, and that is out of bounds off of Steele. Good play by Irish. Get a fingertip on that basketball. And Shimmick is hit from behind after the inbound at the Stewartville free throw line. Keely Steele with her first. Stewartville's at 5. Kasson Mantorville at 5 when it comes to team fouls. 7:31 is what we have left before halftime. 24-17. Comets trying to dig in and get that deficit down. Trail by 7. Largest was 9 for Stewartville. Schubert, everybody left her. Deep three-pointer, no good, but underneath is Maya Seuss, and she's going to be fouled after the offensive rebound. Not sure who they're going to snag for this one. And Hadeen coming in for Quam for Stewartville. And it is Haley Lewis, the senior guard, that racks up the 6th team foul for Stewartville. That's her first. Corner to Seuss, out to Matuska. Schubert in the corner, tried to entry feed, knocked away. A good play by Stecker. And a wide open three-pointer, left-handed shot by Hadeen, and it's her third. She has 9 points, giving the Stewartville Tigers a lead. They have 11 up there. I have 9. 27-17. All off the bench for Hadeen. Stewartville leading by 10. Now the largest lead. Driving in, Shimmick. She's too strong, hit nothing but backboard. Stewartville clears. Strum, who doesn't have a point yet, knifing her way in. Right-handed, then switches to the left on the left block, scores, and a foul. Foul is assessed to Schubert. Comets 6th, first on Schubert. Shimmick comes out. Back in is Ashlyn Bigelow for Kasson Mantorville. An old-fashioned and one for the pink laces of Strum. Those helped her out. She scores, swishes through the free throw, making it 30-17. Kasson Mantorville is down 11 to Lake Crystal the other night, and they still ended up winning, but this is quite the deficit. Splitting 2 is Matuska for the layup after the pass from Bigelow. 30-19, Stewartville leading, an 11-point lead, and they're going to go on the low block, do some work. Oh, tipped by Irish. Stecker looked like she was going to have a left-handed hook shot, and Avery Irish just got a fingertip on it to cause Stecker to lose it. Kasson Mantorville forcing the turnover on the steal. Maya Seuss going to take a three-pointer. Yes, sir, at the top of the key. Only her second three-pointer made of the season, but it's 30-22. Kasson Mantorville down by 8. Got it back to single digits. Haley Lewis for Stewartville on the right wing. Irish all over her, not letting her get that first step. Comes back out to Hadeen, who's been the star of this first half, and a wild left-handed floater is no good. Ball got bounced around by 3 different girls after the high rebound, and it comes to Irish, clearing for Kasson Mantorville, down by 8. And Ashlyn Bigelow inside. Drives past, and Stewartville will call a timeout after a quick little run for Kasson Mantorville at 5:05, first period, 30-24. And that's the type of play that I want to see Ashlyn Bigelow make more often. As her first step, she was on the left side and actually was driving with her right, but then switched over to her left hand to protect herself and scored with her scooping layup as Kasson Mantorville whittles it down to 30-24, a 6-point deficit after it was just 13 a few minutes ago. These two teams have split the season series for quite a while, top spot in the Hiawatha Valley. On the line tonight between the rivals, Tigers and Comets. Last year, team split, both winning at home, 76-65 here for Kasson Mantorville. Stewartville won at home 69-44. Kasson Mantorville boys hanging around with Stewartville boys, 56-55. In 2018-19, same thing. Kasson Mantorville won in this very arena, 84-74. Stewartville won at their place by 20, 78-58. The last time a team has swept this series happened to be 2017-18. Stewie won both games. Stewartville won both games. There's several games going on around the area, too, for the Hiawatha Valley. We'll get to those a little bit later. 30-24, full timeout taken and over with for Stewartville. They lead by 6 and had the ball, but a bad pass is stolen away by Bigelow. Pass was off of Hadeen, the freshman, who does have the 9 points. Bigelow crossing half court over to Matuska in the corner. Low block is Avery Irish, trying to find a spot to go, and Haley Lewis gets fingertips on it for Stewartville. They cause the turnover, and Haley Strum handed a layup, banked in for her 5th point of the ball game, 32-24. Back-to-back turnovers by Stewartville, then Kasson Mantorville, but it's Stewartville that takes advantage of it with some points. 32-24, Stewartville leading by 8. And it's Bigelow looking on the right block for Seuss. That ball is kicked. So Bigelow will go to the tee and Comets to inbound it on the far side. Standing in front of her is Hadeen. Couple of movement. Backside was Seuss. She wasn't open. Instead comes out Schubert, top the key 3-pointer. Off the front rim, couldn't get it to drop through. Stewartville clears Hadeen. Hadeen going on the left side, all the way in. High arcing layup, no good. Rebound on the backside is Steckers, and Jolie is fouled yet again to go to the free throw line, where she is a perfect 3 for 3 thus far for Stewartville. The foul is called on Schubert. That's her 2nd. Team's 7th, so it is 1-on-1 bonus time for the team in white and gold with black lettering. First one off the side of the rim, then finds the twine. 33-24. Stewartville up by 9 with one more free throw to come. Lewis just do-si-doed. Got to the scores table, then came back out, then went and off the court. Raina Stecker coming back in. It's Jolie Stecker at the free throw line, remaining perfect, 5 for 5, 34-24. Under 4 to play in the first half. Kasson Mantorville down by 10, and Ashlyn Bigelow takes an NBA range 3-pointer and hit nothing but net, 34-27. That thing nearly touched the top of the arena before it came down. So Stewartville leading by 7 and possession. Stecker drives in. She traveled. And it should be noted how far Seuss is playing off of Stecker. Seuss was essentially 5 feet from the hoop, and Stecker had that at the top of the key. Took 2 dribbles, then spun and traveled. Turnover on Stewartville, but they lead by 7, 34-27. Kasson Mantorville, dangerous pass by Shimmick. Comes over to Bigelow. Seuss, who has a 3-pointer, but that's not really where she wants it. Does take a couple of dribbles, comes over to Shimmick. Oh, Shimmick got it stolen away. Strum on the fast break. Right-handed layup is good. Cannot give space to the sophomore guard at 5'6", who's averaging 18 points per game, and she has 7 for Stewartville. 36-27, the Tigers up on Kasson Mantorville. Seuss drives in, comes back out to Matuska. She'll go all the way in. Splits the defense. Her scooping shot no good. And Maya Seuss there for the rebound and put back on the right block. Peterson, wanted to go directly in to attack. Instead, move both feet. It travels for Stewartville, 36-29. Kasson Mantorville trying to chip away at the 7-point deficit. It was all the way to 13. That's been the largest lead for Stewartville in this first half. Kasson Mantorville returns with Schubert coming in for Shimmick. Bigelow who just hit the three-pointer. Looking over on the far side. Oh, good hands as Schubert was over there. Instead it is tipped back out off of Peterson. I could see why she averages 5 steals a game. Active hands. Strum also is a very good defender. Sophomore against sophomore when it's Schubert versus Strum. Schubert trying to win that matchup right now for the Comets. Avery Irish, another deep three-pointer for the Kasson Mantorville. It is no good off the right wing. A high rebound comes to Stewartville. Driving in. Oh, dangerous pass. Still ended up in the hands of Steckers. Blocked by Seuss. Comes back. Peterson inside the paint. Nobody guarding her. She was wide open. Stewartville claims another offensive rebound on the other side with Raina Stecker, pardon me. And she scores to make it 38-29. Stewartville up. Kasson Mantorville setting on the half-court set. Avery Irish going to look at another three-pointer. It is short from the corner. Rebound come towards her, but instead it's grabbed by Stecker. Stewartville wasting no time as Strum needs a little Euro step. Misses the left-handed shot. Backside rebound is Jolie Steckers, and she's fouled. And heading to the free throw line for her 6th and 7th of the first half is Stecker. 38-29. You hear a pin drop in Home Federal Arena as she's at the free throw line. She misses for the first time tonight. If she has 6 more foul shots in the second half to 12, she'll owe Brock Trinan some rent for being on the free throw line for this long. I think by that time it's your residential property. Second one does go through. 6 of 7. She has 8 points and gives Stewartville a 10-point lead. 39-29 first half. About to hit the minute mark. Kasson Mantorville setting up with Schubert on the far wing. Back up to Irish. Inside, Schubert now goes through the elbow as her arm was up and up ahead. Stewartville, wow, that Stecker just piled through a couple of girls. I'm surprised they didn't call anything. Comes out to Strum as Stewartville does have the possession after the offensive rebound. Cutting inside is Hadeen, and she's now fouled. Foul goes to Avery Irish, her second. Comets are at 9, Stewartville at 6, 41.8 ticks in the first half. The left-hander Hadeen, the only shot she's missed so far is 2 two-pointers and a free throw now. A couple more substitutions as Bigelow returns. That'll be Ashland for Kasson Mantorville. 3 left-handed dribbles for Hadeen. Second one does swish through, and then she'll be subbed out for Ella Quam. For Stewartville, they are up 40-29 on Kasson Mantorville. Little full court pressure, but now everybody backs off. It's just Schubert one-on-one with Strum. Crosses half court, quarter court to Bigelow. Haley Lewis, a very good defender on her. Bigelow trying to get it from left to right to Seuss. High. Ooh, very high off backboard, but Seuss ends up dropping it through. She has 11. That's the team high for Kasson Mantorville, 40-31 with only 14 seconds left. Keely Steele just steps into a top of the key three-pointer and drilled it. 43-31, Stewartville up. Bigelow trying to go all the way in. Avery Irish, corner 3 at the buzzer. 3! Mendes! They are going to count it as Avery Irish knocks down a corner 3 just as time expires to give Stewartville a lead trimmed back to single digits, 43-34. Did I blow out your speakers on the last one? If I did, I apologize. Well, we'll take about a 2-minute timeout. I've got all kinds of stats to write down. Comets are going to be a little bit easier when it comes to free throws. as they only shot 2. Stewartville living at the free throw line in that first half, 43-34. Stewartville leading here on KM Activities Channel 2. We'll come right back here in just a moment.
This sports broadcast on the KM Activities YouTube channel is sponsored in part by Bigelow Homes, delivering customers' homes with innovative and affordable design built around the way you live and personalized to your specific needs. If you're wanting the home of your dreams, start by visiting bigelowhomes.net. KM Telecom bundle cable, telephone, and internet together to make your home the complete entertainment package. Find out more at kmtel.com. The Kasson Mantorville School District, the winter season is in full swing, and scheduling changes can come quickly, which is why you should be following KM Activities on Twitter. We thank our other great sponsors as well, Home Federal Savings Bank, McKern Financial Group, and HockeyFinder.com. This sports broadcast on the KM Activities YouTube channel is sponsored in part by McKern Financial Group. Tax season is upon us, and McKern Financial can assist you with professional and personalized services and guidance. Visit McKernFinancial.com to set up an appointment today. HockeyFinder.com, where social hockey is made easy. HockeyFinder.com offers leagues, a free platform for pickup games, and is inclusive for all levels. Log on to HockeyFinder.com for more details. Home Federal Savings Bank, who are committed to providing great service and competitive products to individuals and businesses. Find all of Home Federal Savings Bank's options at justcallhome.com. And by KM Telecom, Bigelow Homes, and the Kasson Mantorville School District.
Kasson Mantorville Comets get a three-pointer at the buzzer, but it's the Stewartville Tigers with 10 bench points from Savannah Hedin and 10 more from Keeley Steele on the starting lineup as Stewartville leads 43-34. Big stats here are the free throws and three-point shooting for Stewartville Tigers. They go 10 of 12 at the free throw line and 5 of 9 from deep, led by the three-pointers for Hedin, Steele with the other 2. Other starters for Stewartville, Jolie Stecker with 8. Raina Stecker had 6, 2 points for Maya Peterson, and 7 for Haley Strom. On the other side, for the Kasson Mantorville Comets, just 4 bench points. They come off of the soft hands of Ellie Bigelow. The senior had 4 points off the bench, but also had 2 fouls. Leading the way is Maya Seuss, the senior center, 6'2" and 11 points. Does have a three-pointer. 5 points for Irish, 7 points for Schubert, 2 for Matuska, 5 for Bigelow. Comets shoot 4 of 12 from deep, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. And I think that's a big stat. Down by 9, and 8 more free throws made by Stewartville in that first half. As there's so much else going on, the Dodge County girls currently are trailing 3-0. That's the last time I saw on Twitter. Thank you, Kelly Braun, for tagging me in those. The boys hockey, you got anything on them? Well, they're on the KM Activities, Channel 1. Trying to get my tag team partner here, Todd Halverson, to be useful at halftime. A big smile from him on that. Other games that are happening here in the Hiawatha Valley this evening. Lake City's at Kennewamingo. Leward is hosting Cannon Falls. Pine Island's at Byron. Janesville, Waldorf, Bemberton is at Triton. John Marshall hosting Faribault. Those last 2 games not in the Hiawatha Valley. I ended with Pine Island at Byron. Those first 3 are in the Hiawatha Valley. Just other games. Triton, 8? 8-0. Dodge County beating Albert Lee. Then section teams in Class 3A, Section 1. These are the teams that Kasson Mantorville line up against. Faribault, they're at John Marshall. Red Wing is at Albert Lee. Both those teams are in the section. And then Winona is in the same section. They're at Century. As we mentioned, boys hockey taking on Albert Lee, leading 8-0. Boys basketball is at Stewartville. That was a close game the last time you checked as well. Did they end up falling? 78-60. Stewartville put it on late. So the boys played a great first half, kept it close. And then, let's see. So boys basketball, we do have wrestling coming up. PEM comes to Home Federal Arena on Thursday night. Brent Gronke is going to come with me on that broadcast, as Ben Fearson's just going to avoid me apparently all season long. Won't be with me again, but Brent does a great job, not dissing him by any means. He'll be up here with me at 7 p.m. Thursday for wrestling. JV will get it started at 6 o'clock, then it'll just be the single duel with PEM. No school Friday, but we'll cover something anyway, as girls hockey is is taking on War Road at home. The girls hockey team right now, this is like Murder's Row. Playing Breck, a top, I think they were 5th or 4th in Class 1A. Hill Murray is top 5 in 2A, and that's who they play tonight. And then they come home on Friday, and just a little cupcake of a team, War Road, who's the number 1 team in 1A. Coach Gunderson putting together quite the schedule for those girls for Dodge County, going up against some very, very good competition as Bent Puck. No, that's not his name. It's Steve Alvarado. But if you want to follow him on Twitter, he's at Bent Puck. I don't know where it came from. I don't ask questions. I just let you know the information. Hiawatha Valley, the gold side, is KM at 6-0, Stewartville 6-0. That's who we have here tonight. Lourdes at third place at 5-1. Then Byron at 3-4, rounding out Cannon Falls and Pine Island. On the blue side, Zambroda Mazeppa is at 4-1, followed by Goodhue and Lake City, both at 4-2. Kenny Wanamingo and Triton haven't got a conference win. In the top 10, we talked about both these teams in the top 10. Kasson Mantorville in the 3A side. They are number 9. Top 5 are Becker, Academy of Holy Angels, Hill Murray, St. Paul, Como Park, and Marshall. Bottom half is Waconia, Mankato West, De La Salle, this Kasson Mantorville Comet team, followed by Wilmar to round out the top 10. And in Class 2A, Stewartville is 8th. Lourdes, who is also in the Hiawatha Valley, they're 7th. Top 5 go like this: New London Spicer, Albany, Providence Academy, Sauk Center, and Minnehaha Academy. Bottom half, number 6 is Crosby Ironton, Lourdes Stewartville. Fergus Falls is number 9, and Concordia Academy is number 10. Number 10. I'm surprised Concordia Academy isn't a 3A team. So the Kasson Mantorville Comet girls, they are at Kenny Wanamingo on the 12th. That'll be later this week. Lourdes and Stewartville, how about that? The Stewartville Tiger girls played Lourdes last week and beat them. Now play Kasson Mantorville and go right back to home and host Lourdes 2 days from now on Thursday. That's quite the schedule that they got. They'll play a non-conference opponent on the 16th with Lewiston Altura. For Kasson Mantorville, after that KW matchup on the 12th, it'll be a home game Monday night. St. Peter is coming here, and we'll have that ball game for you right here on KM Activities. I don't know if it's Channel 1 or Channel 2, but if you follow at KM Activities, you would know, because we always tweet out which channel it's going to be on. You can also follow me at Radio McCall. And I want to say a huge shout out to many, many of the Stewartville Tiger fans, the coaches, and anyone else that retweeted my tweet just the other day. I tweeted yesterday and tagged the Stewartville Tiger Twitter handle. I think it's Stewie Girls, or Stewie GBB, I believe, girls basketball. And they retweeted it. Coach LaFrig sent me a great email. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that retweeted that, because I know and liked it, because it wasn't just all Kasson Mantorville people. So I do see that, appreciate that. It's great that you can publicize that, just like we will do the same when Kasson Mantorville is at Stewartville. That'll happen on March 8th. So a long time from now, almost a month, these two teams will meet up again. And you guys get to cover it. Your YouTube channel, just like you're covering the guys tonight. I know you have some broadcasters down there, and they do a fine job. I listened to Kasson, Mantorville, and Stewartville volleyball at the beginning of the season for volleyball. Wanted to see that match again, just didn't get the chance to. The girls' basketball team, though, they will get a chance to see each other again, we hope. Don't want anything to spoil the great basketball season, winter season all the way around. I know that the freshman boys, no freshman boys for Stewartville, they're in COVID protocol, but hopefully they come out of it and no other stops along the journey for them. We are starting our second half currently with the Kasson Mantorville Comets and the Stewartville Tigers. Stewartville leading 43-34, but they just turned it over after Peterson just tipped it as it was going out of the sideline. Tigers moving right to left, Comets left to right, and the home Blues will bring it across. Down by 9 are Kasson Mantorville. Setting it up. Bigelow looking inside, skip pass over to Avery Irish, who just hit a three-pointer right before the halftime buzzer. Misses this one, goes long, and in fact, letting it go all the way out of bounds is Stecker. Starters back in for both teams. For the Tigers, it's Strum, Peterson, Stecker, and Steele. That's Reyna and Jolie. Jolie has it at the top of the key, goes inside, and took one big lunging step towards Maya Seuss, but her left-handed shot off the backboard and no good. Seuss clears. Schubert, Bigelow, Matuska, Irish, and Seuss. You have 5 on the floor for Kasson Mantorville. Maya Seuss decides to take a three-pointer. I said coming in, she's 1 of 6. She's now drilled 2 of them for 14 points, 43-37. Stewartville still leading by 6, and Peterson getting all the way in. I think that shot was partially blocked from behind by Bigelow. Seuss with another rebound. Bouncing inside. Bigelow setting things up, getting it over to Schubert. And the Comets will settle down at the logo in the middle of Home Federal Arena. Down 43-37. Off to Matuska over on the far side. Bounce pass to the corner. Schubert looking on the block. Can't get it there to Irish. Takes a screen instead. And they're trying to go right back into Irish. She does have a mismatch. Skip past to Schubert. Left wing 3. Rattled out. Seuss on the return. Can't get it. And then off of... Well, pick one. Stecker or Steele were both inside. Not sure who it went out on, but it'll stay with the Kasson Mantorville Comets. 16 minutes to go. Clock moving, second half. Comets trying to look for something on the interior. And another fine defensive play by Peterson. Pokes it away from Ashlyn Bigelow. Bigelow actually fell to the ground, and it rolled off of her. Turnover on Kasson Mantorville. Stewartville with the 6-point lead. Looking to add to it. All the way up to 13 is where that went in the first half. And a good bounce pass on the interior twice. Got a good shot. Jolie Stecker, 3 feet from the hoop. It actually toilet rolled out. And the Comets and Tigers battled for the offensive rebound, and it's out of bounds off of KM. Peterson inbounding. Got off to Stecker, and Arena drops home a 8-footer. Close to the elbow. Step inside from that. 45-37. Stewartville up by 8. That's the 8th point for Reyna. She had to sit for quite a while in that first half after picking up 2 fouls within the first 5 minutes. Schubert. Oh, poked out by Steele. Schubert was driving in, trying to get that driving kick to Irish. But a good solid defensive play for Steele. And what would be the student section near at Home Federal Arena is where Matuska will inbound it. Gets it off to Bigelow. Quarter court, dribbling this near side. Now with her left instead. Oh, backdoor cut, Avery Irish, but it's too strong and bounced up and over her head for the rebound. 45-37, an outlet pass, and right block is Stecker. This time it's Jolie Stecker, the scorer. 10th point, 10-point lead. Stewartville up. 47-37. No full court pressure by Stewartville. Maya Seuss, right block, comes back out to Matuska. Had nowhere to go with it. And Bigelow lines up a deep three-pointer, and it hit the backboard, and that's it. Tigers clear. And looking all the way inside, Stecker takes a step back. Matuska with a poke, and finding it. Right block, up good for Olivia Matuska on the steal and score. Ball got rolled around for quite a while. Wasn't sure if Matuska was going to pick it up cleanly. She did. Haley Strum, who's quiet, with 7 points, averaging 18. Takes a two-pointer, step inside the top of the key. That one's missed. Stewartville was able to get the rebound with Stecker. That'll go out of bounds, and it looks like Ashlyn Bigelow going to come out, Ellie Bigelow in. That means I don't have to call them by their first name at least. 47-39, 13:59, second half. Oh, and the inbound come to Arena, and Ellie Bigelow, I think, got a little bit too close to her on the way down, and they call the foul in the wrist. She missed the shot, but it'll go to the free throw line for 2, and that's Ellie Bigelow's 3rd foul. Only get 5 in high school. Reyna swishes through 93-73. Stewartville Tigers beat the boys. First one for Reyna was good. Second one extends the right hand and drops home. She's a perfect 4 for 4. I have her for 10 points, and that's what the lead is for Stewartville. 49-39. Kasson Mantorville and Stewartville. Top of the Hiawatha Valley is on the line as both teams are undefeated coming in here tonight. Nearly double teaming Seuss, so no entry passes. Instead, they're going to try and clear out. And Schubert goes all the way in, splitting 3 defenders and scores. Scoop, left-handed bank, and good. 49-41. Stewartville still up by 8. And a deep three-point. That's an air ball over on the right side for Reyna. She's 0 for 2. Kasson Mantorville, actually Stewartville tried to save it. Instead, comes out for Kasson Mantorville. Schubert can't find it from deep. But instead, the outlet pass that was going to go to Strum, stolen by Seuss, and Kasson Mantorville will settle back in. Down by 8, 49-41. Inside to Ellie Bigelow. And no call on that. Looked like she got hit from behind. But instead, it's Stewartville coming all the way down. Peterson gets a baseline shot up and good for Peterson. Little Euro step to go with it. 51-41. Again, Kasson Mantorville found themselves down by 11 to Lake Crystal Saturday and were able to come back and win that one on an undefeated team. Abby Schubert getting all the way on the left side, but it rolled over to Ellie Bigelow. And Dodge County will definitely get the win tonight. They're leading 10-0. Girls, though, are trailing. They're down 5-0 after the second period. Schubert inbound as Kasson Mantorville still retains possession. Just such good defense. Ira's trying to get away from Lewis, can't. This one tipped out of bounds by Hadeen and stays with the Stewartville Tigers. Or I'm sorry, Kasson Mantorville Comets deeper in the corner. Schubert, I can't even see her at the moment. Handoff from Bigelow. And Schubert will go to quarter court to call out the play. 51-41. Into the corner. Avery Irish. 3! Mendes by Avery Irish. Her second three-pointer and a quick timeout by Coach Haroldson. After that 3, 51-44. Stewartville still leading, but the Comets trying to get a little dribble drive penetration to kick in those corners. And Avery Irish hits the three-pointer. 51-44. Thank you again to all of our great sponsors who help us out throughout the entire winter season. As, man, we couldn't do it without you guys. Bigelow Homes, KM Telecom, the Kasson Mantorville School District, Home Federal Savings Bank, HockeyFinder.com, and McKern Financial Group. Just talked to McKern Financial today through email. Candy's going to help us out and do my taxes again this year. You can too. Yes, you can reach out to the group at McKern Financial Group. They can take care of your taxes for you. I don't trust myself, and certainly not my wife, to do the taxes. So if you're like me, just contact them. Did they put that in the wrong spot? They just moved I think they did. Those points, they added some to the Tigers. So that's actually 49-44. I'm waiting for a text message from my wife. She would agree, though, that she would not want to do the taxes either. 49-44. Stewartville leading by 5 after the three-pointer. Actually, now they're trying to get clarification on everything. Official went to the scores table. We're all good. Play resumes. Second half. Stewartville at 6-0. Kasson Mantorville 7-0. Both teams 6-0 in the conference. Lewis into the corner for Stewartville. Gets inside the paint, dropped it off. Stecker, that one's blocked. Got the rebound. Turnaround jumper. She was actually fading away was Reyna. Got it through 51-44. 51-44. Schubert for Kasson Mantorville as they trail. Underneath. Oh, Ellie Bigelow got too far underneath the hoop, though. As Matuska's entry pass, an outlet pass to Hadeen, knocked away. Matuska on the steal, got it off to Irish. Now Schubert crossing half court. Kasson Mantorville. Bigelow looking inside. Backdoor cut wasn't open, so she comes out to the quarter court to Matuska. High post to Irish. Love that high-low to Seuss, but they haven't been able to get that going. And Schubert driving in, a left-handed shot, no good, but she's fouled from behind, and a couple of free throws coming for the sophomore guard who's averaging 20 points per game. Currently not at double figures. Have her at 9, 1 3-pointer and 3 twos. Foul is called on Reyna Stecker. That's her third. Free throw is good for Schubert. That's her first chances, and in fact, it's the first 2 free throws for Kasson Mantorville in this entire second half after we've played 7 minutes. Schubert with one more. Right-handed and good. Just bangs right through. 51-46. So that does put Schubert in double figures at 11. She's the second to make it there. Jolie Stecker looking at a three-pointer, decides to take. Ball gets tipped around several times. And it's Abby Schubert that comes down with it for Kasson Mantorville, but I think we have a loose ball foul on Kasson Mantorville. Not put it up. There we go. It's Ashlyn Bigelow with the push foul, her second, team's second, both teams actually, Stewartville and Kasson Mantorville 2. 51-46, clock is stopped at 10:52, second half. Inbounding will be Peterson. And I'm not exactly sure. The official went to the scores table. I think they're trying to figure out the score. Because after that timeout, they took a point, 2 points away from Stewartville. They have it currently at 51-46. With Stewartville leading. So I'm not sure. Again, Monday night we'll have the girls back on for St. Peter. Kelly Braun tweeting out. So 5-0 Dodge County girls trailing in the second period to Hill-Murray. Well, the conference is all over with at the scores table, and nothing has changed. 51-46, Stewartville still up by 5, and they have the inbound with Peterson at the O of Comets on the baseline. Right into Stecker. Shot is up and pure for Reyna. They really need to close out on her. Strum almost poking it away from Schubert. Cross half court to Irish. Far side. Schubert sets up the offense. Comes to Bigelow on the near side, but it's at quarter court. Nothing doing. Far side. Back to Schubert. Kasson Mantorville looking for those three-pointers, too, at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper for Schubert. Got a screen from Maya Seuss. And Schubert heating up. She has 6 in the second half, putting her at 13. Kasson Mantorville needs some stops, though. 53-48, Stewartville leading, and Peterson, who's all over the court, gets all the way into the paint. Right-handed push shot too strong. Avery Irish on the rebound for Kasson Mantorville. They trail 53-48. By 5, 10 minutes to go, second half. Maya Seuss at the free throw line. Be the first time that Schubert taking another 12-footer. Too strong. Comes out, Stecker on the rebound, now to Strum. Inside, we have a blocking foul as Strum wiggled her way to the right block. Bumped into Schubert. Stewartville trying to win in this gymnasium for the first time since 2017-18 season. The last 3 seasons prior, it's been all the teams winning at home. Haley Strum, yes sir, on the first free throw. Swishes through, that gives her 8. Averaging 18. Stewartville has shot the free throws very well tonight. Had them at halftime, 10 of 12. They have not missed in the second half either, as Strum puts home 2. 55-48, Kasson Mantorville trailing by 7, and the ball got poked away by Peterson from Bigelow. Kasson Mantorville lucky enough to just control. Schubert wanted to top the key three-pointer. Head fake, stopped her dribble. Bigelow going inside. Left-handed shot, too strong. Went right up and over the rim. And Stewartville clears. Outlet pass to Strum. And she scores with barely the ball even. I don't think the ball touched the floor on that transition. Strum's scoring that quickly, 57-48. 9-point lead for Stewartville. And Schubert gets stolen away by Peterson. Right-handed layup is good. Maya Peterson averaging 5 steals per game. And just like that, it was 5. It's up to 11. Second biggest lead for Stewartville in the game. And Kasson Mantorville having all kinds of trouble with this defense of the Stewartville Tigers. 59-48, Stewie leading KM. 8:50 to go, second half. We'll come right back here on KM Activities.
This sports broadcast on the KM Activities YouTube channel is sponsored in part by Bigelow Homes, delivering customers' homes with innovative and affordable design built around the way you live and personalized to your specific needs. If you're wanting the home of your dreams, start by visiting bigelowhomes.net. KM Telecom bundle cable, telephone, and internet together to make your home the complete entertainment package. Find out more at kmtel.com. The Kasson Mantorville School District, the winter season is in full swing, and scheduling changes can come quickly, which is why you should be following KM Activities on Twitter. We thank our other great sponsors as well, Home Federal Savings Bank, McKern Financial Group, and HockeyFinder.com.
Full timeout over with, taken by Kasson Mantorville after the mini run by Stewartville. They got the lead up to 11, 59-48, under 9 minutes to play, second half. A Hiawatha Valley lead on the line between the two teams undefeated and both ranked in the top 10 in their respective classes. Matuska for Kasson Mantorville, entry pass, and Maya Seuss kind of gave up on it. Saved underneath by Jolie Stecker for Stewartville. They'll go all the way in, and a blocking foul is called as Keeley Steele was running inside, and Olivia Matuska trying to pick up the charge. Did not. Got called for the block, and Stewartville at the free throw line. Well, they have been nearly flawless, just like on the defensive side. First one for Steele. This is actually her first and second of the ball game. First one was through, and the second one lifts and sinks. 61-48. Stewartville leading Kasson Mantorville. Now you wonder if the Comets will have some patience on offense, or if they'll try a little bit of everything. Abby Schubert on the rebound off of the Avery Irish layup miss, and Schubert is fouled. First foul on Haley Strum. Schubert at the free throw line. Calm, cool, collective. Spins the ball. Extends with the right. Puts home the first. She's shooting 84% at the free throw line. The team's high. Second one. Same thing. With the 2 points by Schubert, putting her at 15. 61-50. Both teams getting close to where they average. Both teams average about 70 per game. Stecker to Stecker inside. Strom's open in the corner three. Far side rebound. Grabbed by Bigelow. And Kasson Mantorville gets a stop. They need a few more of them. Trailing by 11. 7:45. Clock moves. Second half. Ashlyn Bigelow out to Matuska. Short on the three-pointer. We have a tie-up between Schubert and Jolie Stecker. Stays with Kasson Mantorville. KM at the intermission was 4 of 12 from three-pointers. They do have 2 made. And right inside to Maya Seuss. After the inbound play, got her right on the right block. Banked it in. She's got 16. That's the team high for Kasson Mantorville. And a bad pass, bounce pass to Stecker comes directly to Abby Schubert for Kasson Mantorville. Got another stop, scored on the last one. Schubert trying to spin away from everyone. She does! What a move by Schubert. Splitting 3 defenders on the right block. And her and Seuss will battle for team high because Schubert has 17 after the right-handed layup, 61-54. 7:08 timeout taken. It's by, who took that timeout? Stewartville took the timeout. Okay, I never saw who pointed for the officials. So that gives Kasson Mantorville has 2 timeouts left. Stewartville 3. We'll reset everything for you as Kasson Mantorville has 4 team fouls. Tigers with 2. Bonus comes once you get to 7, 1-1 until 10, and then you get the double bonus. 61-54. Stewartville up by 7. Talked about how good these two teams have been. Stewartville ranked at number 8. And they'll probably move up after their win over Lure the other night, who was 7th. Those two teams are going to meet up again on Thursday. And then you got Kasson Mantorville sitting at number 9 in 3A. 7-0, and their next ball game is at Kennewamingo on Friday. No school on Friday, but the girls will be out on a road trip. We'll cover a home game with the girls hockey, and then I'll take a breather for a couple days. I'm going to have some gymnastics on, I know, over the weekend, but I'm spending time with my wife and enjoying Valentine's Day. No flowers, though. Not ever going to buy flowers. Peterson lines up a three-pointer. Line drive at the top of the key after the timeout and hit it. 64-54. Stewartville up. Bigelow going all the way down. Her left-handed layup too strong. And it's Strum pushing up ahead. Got it off on the right side. But Steele was short on her layup. Kasson Mantorville comes right back. Stewartville, if I'm them, I'd slow it down. Driving on the baseline is Avery Irish, dropping it off to Seuss. Left block, right block is Seuss for 2. 64-56. This is everything I could imagine for this ball game and more. Peterson has hit some big shots. Stecker, it had it go right through her fingertips into Seuss for a steal. That was a gift to Seuss. Bigelow getting it inside to Seuss, back out. Avery Irish. Comets need to settle back down. 64-56. Matuska, high post, Seuss. She's already out at the three-point line. Now she'll drive all the way in, and she's fouled from behind. Stecker was trailing Seuss, and you're going to get that call almost every time. If the defender is standing behind you or even to the side of you and not in front of you, and you swat, They're pretty much every single time the official's going to blow the whistle. Seuss is 2 for 2 at the free throw line thus far. Clock stops at 5:49, and the first one is through the netting for Maya Seuss. 64-57, one more coming. Seuss can knock it down to a 6-point deficit for Kasson Mantorville. Lines it up and sinks it. That's one issue that she has had this year is free throw shooting at 61%. It has slowly climbed. At one time she was at 50%. Peterson too high on an entry pass to Strum, who's not the tallest guard at 5'6", comes to the hands of Schubert, and Kasson Mantorville gets another turnover. Peterson, guarding too closely to Bigelow, gets called for a blocking foul at half court. Yeah, third foul on the senior guard, and she'll actually take a seat. Coming back in is Hadeen, who had 10 points in the first half and has not scored since. Those were all the bench points for Stewartville in that first half. Bigelow, corner, Matuska. Not finding anything. Entry pass. And Seuss tries to go up with it. It's blocked by Raina Stecker of Stewartville, and they go quickly down. Haley Strum, a right-handed layup, floats it up and over the fingertips of Seuss. She's got 13, 6 points in the second half for the electrifying Strum of Stewartville, and pushes the lead back to 8, 66-58. Kasson Mantorville, hand off to Schubert. Strum with those quick hands did not allow a clean pick for Schubert. Off to Bigelow, driving left-handed side and fouled. So Ashlyn Bigelow going to go to the charity stripe, and Kasson Mantorville trying to get into the interior a little bit more, getting that clock stopped, getting some foul shots, and more importantly, getting some fouls on Stewie's bigs. This one goes on Hadeen, though, her first, the freshman. Off the bench, as we talked about, Ashlyn Bigelow makes the first free throw and has one more. 66-59, clock at all fours. 4:44, second half. Second one swishes through, too, for Ashlyn Bigelow off her right fingertips. Dribbling it down is Keeley Steele. No pressure being brought on by the Comets. They'll settle into their half-court set, half-court defense, I should say. Mano-y-mano. Haley Lewis, who is also off the bench, got inside. Shot is too strong, though, for Raina Stecker. Maya Seuss tracks down the rebound over in the far corner, saved it up and got it off to Bigelow for Kasson Mantorville. They trail by 6, 66-60. Backdoor cut for Matuska, and then Maya Seuss over to Abby Schubert, and the third one, they get a foul called. Probably. That's getting physical. I like the fact that the officials are going to let things go a little bit. Second foul on Strum. Probably reached down and slapped Schubert. That's my guess. It's probably on the wrist because both players are not the tallest. First one is good for Schubert. Second one floats in, 66-62. Stewartville has their lead evaporate to 4. 4 minutes is what we have left in the second half. Haley Lewis, quarter court for Stewartville, and Coach LaFranc has begged his team to settle down a little bit. Haley Lewis probably traveled with it and instead lost the ball as she got inside the paint. Picked up by Bigelow. Kasson Mantorville. Chance to get it down to 1 with a three-pointer or 2. Avery Irish with a wild left-handed shot. Ball gets loose. And it's Olivia Matuska falling on the floor. No surprise there. She, I think, has seen every part of the court. Her body certainly has. We have a loose ball foul assessed to Steele for Stewartville. Puts Matuska, the senior 5'7" guard, at the free throw line. Lewis out, Peterson in. Then we have Stecker for Stecker. Raina out, Jolie back in for Stewartville. Comets have their starters. Matuska is only shooting about 50-some% at the free throw line. Oh, Jolie Stecker saving that before it goes out of bounds. Matuska misses the free throw. 66-62. 3 minutes, 20 seconds as the clock moves. Second half, Stewartville up by 4. Driving in Peterson, a give and go. Blocked by Bigelow. Jolie Stecker trying to go up, but the ball actually, she's a 6-foot center. Bigelow is only about 5'9"-ish, but that ball is actually grabbed by the shoulder. Stecker really didn't catch it clean, and we have a screaming Coach LaFrig for Stewartville calling a timeout at 3:15 mark, second period. 66-62 full timeout for Stewartville. That'll leave them with 2. Kasson Mantorville also has 2. What a ball game we're having inside Home Federal Arena. I wish all of you could be with us and have Home Federal Arena full and fans cheering, but we're so happy and elated that you are along the ride with us. 200 or so of you, and every single one of you matter. That is not a lie. You all matter. So happy that you're with us for KM Activities Channel 2. Boys hockey, that's got to be finished by now, and they led by 10-0. That game's over with. DC girls are down 0-5, 5-0. They trailed at the end of the second period against Hill Murray. Again, we'll have them on Friday night. Wish you safe travels and stay warm. If you're a Stewartville Tiger fan, enjoy the game that you'll have on Thursday night. I'm sure Leeward and Stewartville will be a barn burner as it was the first time when Stewartville got the win. Stecker inside. And Hadeen. Oh, Matuska way out at quarter court, getting called for a reach-in foul. That time she was all over her. Nowhere for Hadeen to go. Steele will throw it in for Stewartville. Oh, poked away, stolen by Ashlyn Bigelow. She'll retreat farther into Stewartville territory. They'll come across the half-court line. A 4-point disadvantage for Kasson Mantorville, but the basketball. They're trying to shut off Schubert on the drive. Inside to Seuss. Gets all the way underneath the hoop, but it ended up hitting the rim. She got her own rebound. Put back, too strong. Stecker and Seuss still fighting underneath the Schubert. She's too strong, and the bunnies can't go in. They're all hopping all over the place for Kasson Mantorville. 3 chances from 2 feet. None of them go in. Stewartville finally clears the basketball, and they have it in their half-court set. Haley Strum. Oofta. Seuss, too many chances. And a touch foul. Going to be called on Bigelow. Yep. Comets have 6. Stewartville has 7. So Kasson Mantorville is in the 1-on-1 bonus. One more will put Stewartville in that same position. Off to Stecker. Peterson dribbling into the corner. Now all the way on the right side. Drops it off to Stecker. And there's no traffic for Jolie Stecker, who will score. That dribble drive penetration and the eyeballing Peterson, who averages 5 assists per game. She's got more than that tonight. 68-62 gives a 6-point lead for Stewartville. Bigelow attacking the bigs. No good, but it's Maya Seuss on the backside, and she does put home the bunny this time. 68-64, all about defensive stops for Kasson Mantorville. For Stewartville, you want to slow the pace to basically a snail's pace. Peterson spinning away from Bigelow. I think they wanted a foul. The Comets do want a foul. Avery Irish did not want to foul that hard because going down on the deck is Hadeen. Put the freshman at the free throw line for Stewartville. Clock stops at 1 minute, 31 seconds. Avery Irish with her 3rd foul. Kasson Mantorville at the 7th foul puts Hadeen at the line, the left-hander. Freshman at 10 points in the first half. Can't get the free throw, and they'll say out of bounds off of Irish on the missed free throw. Coach Haraldson is pleading a case. They're going to say it stays with Stewartville. Lewis over to Stecker on the baseline. That's Peterson again. Lewis had checked out. Matuska reaches across the body of Peterson, putting her at the foul line. This will be the first chances for the pink and white or gray shoes of Maya Peterson. Fourth foul on Matuska. Still 1-1, so that is missed, and Avery Irish there for the rebound. 68-64, Abby Schubert bringing across the timeline for Kasson Mantorville. Puts a step on Strum, but the shot is too strong. Matuska there for the rebound. Three-pointer by Ashlyn Bigelow. Way off on the far rim and rolling out of bounds nearly at the corridor before Hadeen goes and picks it up. So Coach Haraldson now going to sub out with Irish and Matuska out, putting in Shimmick and Larson for fouling purposes, no doubt. Inbounding into Hadeen, and Larson will bumper for the foul. Hadeen will go back to the free throw line. Larson, her first. Like the idea for Coach Haraldson, trying to get fouls not on the starters. Irish has 3, Matuska with 4. Hadeen missed her first chance the last time. This time, good. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's not Hadeen. Pardon me, that is Steele, who hasn't missed a free throw yet. I thought it was 23 when she got to the free throw line. It is 25. Steele with the second one. Rattled a couple of times, but gets it through. Dangerous pass on the inbound. Avery Irish looking over to Schubert, tipped away. Strum out of bounds. Kasson Mantorville trailing 70-64. Got to break some pressure, too, for Stewartville. I don't know why you would pressure when you're up by 6. I'd lay off. Avery Irish, deep three-pointer, got it! And it's a 3-point game. Lining it up from the left wing. Coach Haraldson immediately calling a timeout. 70-67, 49 seconds left. Boy, do I wish I have a cough drop tonight. Team fouls at 9 for Kasson Mantorville, so the next one is a double bonus for Stewartville. Tigers sit at 7, so they would need to foul a couple of times before Kasson Mantorville gets to that double bonus. What a ball game we've had between these two teams. All the makings of a good one. That's why I had my caffeine tea beforehand. Got myself ready for tonight's ball game. That's why I tweeted out, I am so pumped to call this one. 2 rated teams. It is a playoff-like atmosphere at Home Federal Arena. Good crowd on hand, those that all could attend. Only 1 timeout left for Kasson Mantorville, 2 for Coach LaFrig over for Stewartville. The subs have returned for Kasson Mantorville, Shimmick and Larson, in for Matuska and Irish. Oh, yeah, you got to foul right away. And a dangerous inbounds pass. Larson falls on the deck to, unfortunately, can't foul. Shimmick will be hustling over, and she will put her mitts on Keeley Steele. Will be at the free throw line for 2. Everybody will settle in because it's double bonus time. Larson goes underneath the bucket, but she won't stay there. Steele, a couple of dribbles. Toilet rolls out. Remains a 3-point game with 1 more to come. Whew. Things are getting exciting. They have been. This entire ball game has been one roller coaster ride. 13 points was the lead for Stewartville at 1 point in the first half. Since then, Kasson Mantorville has trimmed it. The free throw by Steele was good, her second one, 71-67. Schubert getting inside, coming back off to Bigelow. Back to Schubert. Wing, spinning, left-handed scoop shot, somehow finds it. Abby Schubert going on a clinic of her repertoire, 71-69. Schubert had to foul. That'll be her fourth. 71-69. 2 free throws coming, and wouldn't you know it, it's Keely Steele back at the free throw line. Had a 3-point lead. Drops the first to make it a 3-point lead. Steele puts both of them in to make it a 4-point advantage for Stewartville. 73-69, 20 seconds left. Matuska crossing half court. Floats a pass to Bigelow. Underneath, and Maya Seuss with a right-handed layup. Kelly Braun. Hail Murray, 7-1. They end up beating the Dodge County Wildcats. The number 4 team in 2A. 73-71. What a game. 12 seconds left after the Maya Seuss bunny. You go back and look at a couple of those possessions. The Comets had a chance down low 3 different times. Maya Seuss and Abby Schubert, 20 points over each. Seuss with 24, Schubert with 21. And what balanced scoring Coach LaFrig's team has had. Strom at 13. Peterson's not in double figures but has 9. Raina Stecker, pardon me, is in double figures. I have her at 14. Jolie Stecker, I have for 11. I think they have her for 12. And then Keely Steele was already in double figures prior to the second half. I have her for 17. Inbounding is Stewartville. They get it off, and Irish will have to reach across the body of Steele for 2 more. Avery, that's her 4th. Comets are well into the double bonus. They had Matuska. Irish was out there that time. And it's actually Schubert because she has the 4th foul. Sinking the first free throw shot is Steele. She can make it a 2-possession game with the next one. 74-71. She's been calm at the free throw line the entire time, only missing 1. She's 9 of 10 after she sinks the second, and a 75-71 advantage for Stewartville. So 4-point lead for the Tigers, trying to win for the first time at home Federal Arena on the road of Kasson Mantorville since the 2017-18 season. Both teams have split, all winning at home since that season, the last 2 years. Kasson Mantorville won at home last year, 76-65, and then Stewartville took it to the Comets down at their place, 69-44. Top spot in the Hiawatha Valley. On the line, these two teams will meet up, but typically in the Hiawatha Valley, the first one counts as the conference. The second one is just basically for play. It's all about that first matchup. So the Comets and Tigers do meet up again in March 8th, but that one will likely not go to the conference because you don't see quite everyone twice. You see your teams on your side twice, but not the other team. Avery Irish inbounding to Bigelow, crossing half court, 7 seconds left. Ball gets tipped and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Comets just with 4 ticks left. You need to get a 3-pointer if you're the Comets, and a ball gets tipped. It's on the floor. It's going to be Stewartville, and that's going to be it. The Tigers are going to survive. After leading by 13, Comets had it down to, had chances to get it to 2 points, and instead the Tigers will survive and win 75-71. Comets just could not get another shot off to end the night. 21 points for Schubert and 24 for Seuss. No doubt she had a double-double. And the leading scorer I had was Steele because I had her for 19. 9 of those at the 10 in the first half and 9 all at the free throw line in the second half. Raina Stecker also had 14 points. So Stewartville wins. They remain perfect, 7-0. They're 7-0 in the conference. Kasson Mantorville falls to 7-1. They are 6-1 in the conference. And the girls will be on the road at Kenyawanamingo coming up on Friday. And Stewartville will be hosting Leward on Thursday. Then we'll have hockey for you on Friday night. That's our next broadcast on KM Activities. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Joel McCall bidding you farewell from Home Federal Arena as the Stewartville Tigers hold off the Kasson Mantorville Comets 75-71. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.